last vlog, we mixed up our sourdough, and today I went ahead and baked it off. It's not exactly the same one. I had to redo it because I did not think about what I had to do the next day, and I was busy and out of town during the time that I had to bake this off. So we're actually doing this the next day, and this is very, very delicious. I really can't see a difference between the two. I don't know which one is which, but one is bread flour and the other one is AP flour, both organic, unbleached, and they're just delicious. I love sourdough. It's time for lunch around here. I'm gonna throw together a quick, delicious, easy, fast Reuben sandwich, and then we're gonna get started on another sourdough recipe because I'm kind of in sourdough mode. So we got our toast toasted, the cheese is melted, I heated up the corned beef. Now we're gonna top it off with a little bit of accoutrement. I don't know what that means. Loads of Italian dressing. Thousand Island dressing, that's not Italian. And of course, we are going to load this guy up with a ton of active live fermented sauerkraut because it's fermented February. So figured I'd show you some of the ways that I like to incorporate fermented foods in my everyday life. I like a lot of sauerkraut. Don't judge me. This is quite a large sandwich. Maybe I should have cut it thicker. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go ahead and eat my Reuben sandwich loaded with all kinds of active, good fermented foods. And then I'll see you back here in just a little bit where we're gonna get started on the next sourdough recipe. So I've settled on the recipe that we're gonna be making together today, and we're gonna be making some sourdough tortillas. Hubby absolutely loves tortillas. I love tortillas, not quite as much as he does, but I want to have them in my life. I enjoy tortillas. So, and it'll go especially well with the carnitas that I just canned. I found a recipe that was one that fits within what I am wanting to make, meaning that the flour, all of the flour in the recipe is fermented, not just adding sourdough starter and then adding flour to it and then making the tortillas, which a lot of recipes out there are just that. I found one, it's from Farmhouse on Boone, and it calls for 1 cup of sourdough starter, 3/4 of a cup of filtered water, 1/4 of a cup of olive oil, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and 3 cups of unbleached all-purpose or whole wheat flour. And another great thing about this is that it is not one of those where you just kind of slightly put it together and do all the stretch and folds and stuff like that. You just throw everything in a mixer, blend it up for a little while, and then let it rest overnight. So that's what we're doing. In the recipe, she calls for a fed starter. This is a little bit older than it should be. You can see it's already started to decline in size, but I'm still gonna use it. It's gonna be fermenting for close to 24 hours, probably about 22 hours or so, just kind of depending on what time tomorrow I want to make this recipe. But I'm starting it. It is currently 11:44 a.m. here, so let's get to it. Says that the ingredients should be fully incorporated and the dough elastic. We have achieved that. I greased the bowl just by pouring in some olive oil and spreading it around with a little pastry brush. So I got it all folded up, put it in the bowl, cover it with plastic wrap, and leave it at room temperature for 12 to 24 hours. We'll go closer to the 24-hour mark. So I will see you guys tomorrow. You guys remember how little this guy was yesterday? It has expanded, it has grown, it has fermented, and it has made this delicious little treat much more gut friendly. So let's go ahead and divide this up and get them cooking. And roll them out as thin as you can while still being non-see-through. No transparent tortillas. I think that's about as thin as I'm willing to go. Waiting for the cast iron to heat up. Get some grease in there. That is sausage grease. Most of the tortillas are done, but we're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of a taste test, and then I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do with the tortillas. We'll take the weird, ugly one that looks like a pear. That is delicious. It's nice and soft. It's gonna be nice and pliable for when we're ready to turn this into a burrito or a wrap of some sort, but it's still got the tanginess of the sourdough, which adds a whole different level of flavor to whatever you're cooking. Let's make a breakfast burrito. Super easy way to include ferments is just simply to put it on top of whatever you're already eating. That's what I usually do almost every single time. So I just have some hot sausage from the pigs that we recently butchered. Melt a little bit of cheese. This is definitely not high quality cheese. I have sriracha that was in my most recent video if you want to know how to make that. And some curtido I made, oh gosh, probably 7 or 8 months ago. I've just been kind of slowly munching on it. I had kind of a phase where I really wasn't having a whole lot of ferments, so I'm definitely out of that phase. I've been having fermented foods like crazy recently. There we go. And also on the side, I have the half a cup of SIBO yogurt it's El Ruderi. It's not technically yogurt, but it's for helping with my SIBO that I have been struggling with for a long time. Also, I don't consume this every single day, but I am trying to. This is one of those things that is much better when you consume it every day. So, I mean, really that's about it. I knew it. I put too much on there. Oh my gosh, it's so good. See how well these go together? So good. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm actually cooking hubby's food at the same time, so I'm gonna munch on my food while I'm cooking his food, and then I'm gonna go and edit this video. If you guys enjoy this type of video where it's just kind of a casual, you know, time in the kitchen, showing you how I include ferments in my everyday life, as well as just kind of introducing you to new recipes, new ideas, just new things, super casually, lots of different ideas in the same video, let me know. I really enjoyed making this video, and I hope that you guys enjoy watching this video. If you want to learn more about the sourdough, the SIBO yogurt, as well as milk kefir, make sure you check out this video right here where I talk all about it, share with you a lot of the benefits of it, and how I plan to incorporate it into my life. Peace out, sauerkraut.